Namaskar. Welcome to our podcast Unschooling. It is episode 7 and we have Anurag Raj Mathur today with us. Anurag has been the student of our first batch और अनुरग को कई बार मैं घर से गाड़ी से लेके भी आया जब ड्राइवर एब्सेंट थे। अनुरग मैं आपको मेरे उन स्टूडेंट्स में मानता हूँ जिनके साथ हमने स्कूल को साथ गढ़ा है और इसलिए भी आपको याद रखता हूँ कि ऐसा कोई टीचर्स डे नहीं गया स्कूल में थे तब और बाद में आज तक और आपने मेरे को विश नहीं किया हो और मेरे हर बर्थडे पे आप कहीं भी हैं। पहले आप फिक्र से बाहर गए, फिर आप भारत से बाहर गए, लेकिन आपने हमेशा मेरे को याद रखा और ये मेरे लिए बड़े सौभाग्य की बात है। So thank you very much for joining us, coming back to roots. So how do you feel today when you are visiting your school after so long?
Thank you so much for having me, sir. Thank you so much for such a warm welcome. सबसे पहले तो I would like to say it's an honor to have you not just as an educator or as a teacher. You have been a father figure to me my entire life, and it's always so nice to meet you.
I'm
Uh,
obliged.
आज बहुत अच्छा लगा आज आई थिंक आई एम हेयर मैं स्कूल विजिट कर रहा हूँ 2 साल के बाद में एंड जब मैं स्टूडेंट था तब से अब मैं फिजिकली इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर वाइज स्कूल इतना चेंज हो गया है फिर भी as soon as I stepped foot into the campus it just felt so familiar just आपकी vibes school की vibes it just felt like I'm back home so thank you so much for having me
So since inception of Euro International School, ये मैं हमेशा ये मानता था कि हम कम पढ़ा दें, ज़्यादा पढ़ा दें, लेकिन अगर बच्चा कंफर्टेबल है and he or she feels connected to the human beings who are in the ecosystem and we can say stakeholders, तो मेरे हिसाब से आधा काम हो जाता है। तो वो क्या चीज़ है या वो ये संस्कार कहाँ से आए कि इतने सालों के बाद में भी इवन मेरे रिलेटिव यहाँ पे स्कूल में पढ़े हैं, तो कई बार शिक्षक दिवस पर मैं उनको फ़ोन करके कहता हूँ कि आप लोगों ने याद ही नहीं किया। वो क्या चीज़ थी जो इतने लंबे टाइम तक आपको कनेक्ट रखा एंड यू डोंट फॉरगेट टू जस्ट एक्सप्रेस योर थॉट्स एंड इमोशंस एंड फीलिंग्स एवरी ईयर?
आई थिंक सर इसके दो मेन रीजंस हैं पहला तो ये कि आई केम टू यू एज अ टॉडलर एंड आई केम टू यू इन योर बैकयार्ड जब स्कूल इतना छोटा था कि आपके घर से था तो वो एक रिलेशनशिप इतना स्ट्रांग और तब इतने लोग भी नहीं थे स्कूल में तो वो एक बहुत ही स्ट्रांग कोर बॉन्ड है जो बहुत बचपन से ही इस्टेब्लिश हो गया ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट माय मदर इज आल्सो अ टीचर सो वो घर से भी एक आता है कि गुरु का स्थान बहुत ऊपर है तो आई थिंक ये दो रीजंस हैं जो कि बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है और एक कोर वैल्यू जो स्कूल में ही सीखी वो ये है कि डोंट फॉरगेट योर रूट्स और सबसे ज़्यादा आपसे ही ये सीखने को मिला बिकॉज ऑल्दो हमारा सोशल साइंस की क्लास ले रहे हैं आप बट वो इट टर्न्स इनटू अ लाइफ लेसन एंड हमको बहुत आनंद आता था बात करने में तो वो सब चीज़ें ऐसे टाइम पे आपसे सुनी सीखी कि वो बैठ गई अंदर तक सो आई थिंक वही एक ऑर्गेनिक चीज़ है कभी सोचना नहीं पड़ता कैलेंडर में डेट दिखती है तो अपने आप ही ध्यान आता है सो इट्स नॉट समथिंग दैट आई हैव टू डू कॉन्शियसली और हैव टू मेक एन एफर्ट फॉर इट and the day it becomes effortful then it loses a lot of its meaning also so I think those are the reasons
तो पुराने टाइम से याद आया कि आपके स्कूल आने से मुझे पर्सनल बेनिफिट्स भी हुए। पहले मैं आपकी मम्मी से मिला।
हाँ
तो दीदी का कल्चर को लेके जो शी इज़ वेरी सेंसिबल है ना एंड शी हैज़ इन्वेस्टेड अ लॉट इनटू क्लासिकल डांस एंड टू क्रिएट दैट काइंड ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट इन सिख। तो ऐसे लाइक माइंडेड लोगों के साथ कोलैबोरेट करके जब आप करते हो तो इम्पार्टिंग स्किल एजुकेशन और द एकेडमिक पार्ट ऑफ थिंग्स और आपके नाना से मिलना।
हाँ
नाना मेरे रोल मॉडल हैं और उस इंसान की ह्यूमिलिटी जो है वो मेरे को हमेशा प्रेरित करती है कि आप कहीं भी चले जाओ आपको ग्राउंडेड रहना है। तो मैंने भी आपके परिवार से काफ़ी कुछ सीखा है, और वो जब तक हैं, हालाँकि अभी
हाँ,
वृद्धावस्था उनकी हो
हाँ,
गई है और हम साल में 2-3 बार बात कर लेते हैं। लेकिन मैं पर्याप्त एनर्जी मेरे को वहाँ से उन
हाँ,
इंटरैक्शन से मिल जाती है, और वो जो पर्पज़ से कभी स्ट्रगल जब होते हैं लाइफ़
हुँ,
के और डेविएट होते हैं, तो ऐसे लोगों से बात
राइट,
करके आपको वापस वो अपना
राइट।
एंकर मिल जाता है। तो अभी आपने हान यूनिवर्सिटी जर्मनी से मास्टर्स किया है ऑटोमेटिक सिस्टम्स में। तो स्कूलिंग और उसके बाद जूनियर कॉलेज और ये यहाँ तक की यात्रा, इसके पीछे क्या सोच रही?
इसके पीछे सोच ये रही कि 10th स्टैंडर्ड के बाद से मतलब आई वुड से 9th के एंड से 10th के स्टार्ट में बिकॉज़ उस टाइम पे 10th वाज़ द लास्ट ईयर
ये
यूरो में। तो सबसे पहली चीज़ तो ये थी द थॉट ऑफ गोइंग टू अनदर स्कूल वाज़ वेरी डॉन्टिंग फॉर मी,
हुँ,
आई वुड बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट। क्योंकि वी वर सो टाइट knit, बहुत ही कम बच्चे स्कूल में क्लास में लेस देन 15
हुँ। 14
एंड
स्टूडेंट्स थे
14
फर्स्ट बैच
स्टूडेंट्स
में, हाँ।
एग्ज़ैक्टली। सो एक तो वो थॉट मेरे लिए थोड़ा काफ़ी अनकम्फर्टेबल था
हुँ,
कि दिस इज़ व्हाट आई हैव नोन फॉर सो लॉन्ग, नाउ टू गो इनटू अ कंप्लीटली न्यू एनवायरनमेंट, स्टार्ट फ्रॉम स्क्रैच। वो एक एक अंडरलाइंग थॉट प्रोसेस वो था। बट ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट आई थिंक सोल सर्चिंग स्टार्टेड समवेयर अराउंड 9th,
हुँ,
बिकॉज़ उस टाइम पे हमारी बहुत कन्वर्सेशंस होती थी, आपकी बहुत कन्वर्सेशंस होती थी हमारे साथ में दैट नाउ इट्स टाइम व्हेन यू ट्राई टू फिगर आउट कि आपको लाइफ में क्या करना है। And that's when I set out a name for me. I was always very passionate about cars
हुँ,
ever since I was a kid. So एक बहुत ही वेग सा आइडिया था कि
हुँ,
इसमें कुछ कर सकते हैं।
हुँ,
And then I started exploring, started seeing कि how can I make this a profession, or what can I do, किस तरीके की एजुकेशन मुझे लेनी चाहिए यहाँ से
हुँ, हुँ,
going forward into this. Then the traditional or the conventional way of doing things was कि आप 11th 12th करिए, or if you want to go into the engineering field,
हुँ,
so you prepare for the JEE exam
जी,
and what the how it works.
हुँ,
फिर मैंने ये सोचा कि I just don't want to be any engineer,
ओके,
because engineering, and now even after doing my masters I see how vast the term engineer is,
हुँ, हुँ,
from a chemical engineer to an aerospace engineer.
हुँ,
It's so different.
हुँ,
So you can't really use it as an umbrella term and say ki engineering or engineer.
हुँ,
So being an engineer was never the goal.
हुँ,
The goal was to be an automotive engineer or do something in the field of automotives. It could even be a designer, it could be anything. And that's when I started thinking कि अगर मैं 11th 12th करता हूँ, if I go for let's say JEE, even if I get a really nice college or
हुँ,
university, what options do I have to pursue an automotive career?
हुँ,
And that to me thought looked like a very long drawn out process.
अंडरस्टैंड। तो कहीं पे हम ये कह सकते हैं कि ये पैशन रिकॉग्नाइज़ हो गया था अर्ली?
हाँ,
So if you were so passionate about cars and you wanted to create something in that thing, so we can say that passion and professions are
yes,
well aligned now.
yes.
Okay.
And uh, I was also a bit impatient, I would say, as young people are.
Hmm.
तो मेरे अंदर वो पेशेंस नहीं था टू स्टडी सम सब्जेक्ट्स फॉर द नेक्स्ट 2 इयर्स जो मुझे लगा कि मुझे बाद में नहीं काम आएंगे।
Hmm.
सो आई स्टार्टेड सीइंग कि ऐसा क्या कोर्स है, ऐसा क्या पाथ है जो मैं फॉलो कर सकता हूँ
Hmm.
which would directly guide me into this field.
Okay.
And that's when I discovered this 3-year diploma course
Hmm.
in automobile engineering,
Hmm.
which is जिसमें आप admission ले सकते हैं after 10th or 12th,
Okay.
both.
But you went after 12th.
I went after 10th.
Okay.
So I did not pursue 11th or 12th standard. And
Hmm.
once you get the diploma, uska in the education system, the level is the same as a senior secondary qualification.
Okay.
And that makes you employable immediately after you graduate
Just
in
finish
a
this diploma.
technical
Hmm.
field. But that was not the end game.
Hmm.
That was the first stepping stone.
Hmm.
Uska course ka structure is where 70% of it is practical and only 30% of it is theoretical. So you have a lot of workshops and stuff.
Hmm.
उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सप्लोर करने का मौका मिला
Okay.
कि
So just after finishing the diploma, you
आई वेंट फॉर माय बैचलर्स।
bachelor's.
एंड द वे दैट वर्क्स इज कि 3 साल के डिप्लोमा कोर्स के बाद में यू स्टार्ट योर बैचलर्स फ्रॉम द सेकेंड ईयर, सो द
Okay.
थर्ड सेमेस्टर।
Hmm.
because everything that's taught in the first year of engineering is already covered in those 3 years. So that's called lateral entry. So then the sum total of it is 6 years. 4 years of BTech and 2 years of 11th, 12th, or 3 years of BTech and 3 years of diploma. So I didn't lose any time. And immediately after 10th, I just went ahead with what I wanted to study.
So जर्मनी के एजुकेशन सिस्टम में और अपने
Um,
इंडिया के एजुकेशन सिस्टम में
yeah.
क्या डिफरेंस आपको समझ में आया?
It's Netherlands. So I
sorry,
didn't want to
Netherlands.
correct you there. So I think the biggest difference is a concept called flipped classroom. Especially in masters, the students are treated as colleagues. So the hierarchy between a professor and a student is this.
Okay.
So the way it works is, if there is a certain section that needs to be covered in the class, the onus is on the students to study it and ask questions in the lecture. If there are no questions, there is no lecture.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. And then you have a test which covers, in the class, you have a test which covers that section. So if you haven't studied and if you don't ask any questions, you won't know what to write in the test. So the onus of the education is on the student,
Not on the teachers.
not on the teachers.
जैसे
Yeah.
यहाँ पे अपन डंडा लेके बैठे रहते हैं कि तू पढ़ और तेरे इतने मार्क्स आने ही चाहिए.
Right.
If you are not interested into academics,
Yeah.
then you are not forced to do
Right.
it. Yeah. So the same experience I had when first time I went to USA, and it was a different experience for me. So I was in university and just passing through the corridors. So students were more engaged in discussions, and the teachers, the educators are more respectful towards the students, and they initiate the conversation in a manner that you ask more and more questions. And after that, I just changed my thought process, and I realized in any conversation, if we don't have smart questions, then it is not going to work, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so your one learning from that education system that can be implemented in our school here.
I think two things. One, since we were talking about good questions, is something that our professor said a lot, is that there is no such thing as a stupid question. Okay. That's the biggest thing. Even if you think it's basic, just ask if you don't know. There is no such thing as a stupid question. Only stupid answers is what they told us a lot. That's one thing. And another thing which I would like to say in the context of how that can be implemented into our school as well, I think it's more applicable towards the senior classes, is that the way doubts are resolved. So if I have a question or if I have a doubt and if I ask my professor, वो directly कभी answer नहीं बताएंगे. They will ask you, did you try this? Or did you think about this? And they guide you in a way where you come to the solution yourself, and then you never forget.
That's great. So when you are aware of the process of inquiry,
right,
then you're putting efforts to get the answers.
Right.
So if it is just spoon fed, then it's not going to work. After
it won't stay with you.
Yeah.
And then once you know the process, तो अगर कोई similar problem है आगे, you have the tool set now. You have that in your toolbox to then apply the same process to a new problem, and possibly you'll arrive at the solution.
So आपको मछली पकड़ना सिखा देते हैं.
हाँ, right. फिर कौन सी मछली पकड़नी है वो?
That is up to you. Right. So you spent almost 12, 13 years in school with us.
Yes.
And what is your memory of the schooling thing that you carried with yourself for long, and you can just go back and take some insights from those memories or those experiences that change your life?
I think all my core values were instilled here, and I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying it. वो मुझे आज भी अलग-अलग time पे I realized that okay, I learned this in school. For example, it might be a very basic thing. It was a very basic thing to me, but जब मैंने बाहर जाके दूसरे लोगों को observe किया, I saw that even holding a conversation is a skill, which a lot of people lack. And why I have that skill, or why I have a certain level of that skill, is because in my school most of my learning was conversational. ऐसा नहीं था कि एक टीचर ने आके और क्लास में पढ़ाना शुरू किया और हम बस शांत होके सुन
It was
रहे
not
हैं.
transactional.
Right. It's not like there was always a two-way flow of information.
Mhm.
तो वो that is a very core thing that comes up. वो बहुत जरूरी है in any field. That's actually important in general life also, to make meaningful connections. अगर आपके साथ conversation enjoyable नहीं है तो फिर problem है.
So I was talking to teachers today in the morning, and I was sharing the same thing. Communication is very important. So when I went to raise the first round for Code Vidai, we have the EdTech company, and being a founder from tier 3 city, and I never raised money from the investors, institutional investors. So it was alien for me. Then I worked a lot on it, and when I just reflect, I found only two things work: storytelling and the confidence.
Yeah.
So these are two part of communication. If you have a good story to tell, people are there to listen, and how you just build the connect. Storytelling से याद आया कि you participated, I think, in every annual function in your school life.
Yeah.
Never missed.
No.
Yep.
Not one.
So your memory about annual function and these extracurricular activities, because this is the time when you just collaborate with other students of different classes and all.
वो just preparation to annual function को हम we used to look forward to it the entire year. क्योंकि वो especially the last month वो इतना freeing और इतना ज़्यादा fun होता था, because classes का कुछ वो नहीं है, pressure नहीं है, and you're just dance practices and you're just having fun with friends. Last week में तो bags भी नहीं लाने होते थे school में, so that used to be a really nice bonding experience with teachers also. So that was always a really fun experience. I think stage fright, I've never suffered with it. And that's because of the reason that ever since I was a toddler, I was on stage and I was in front of people. Or that is one thing. And I think when we were, I think 6th or 7th standard, was the first time when me and Bhavika we anchored for the show. उससे पहले we were so young that teachers used to do it. And that was the first time that we did. We were the first students to do it.
Yeah.
And I think that was sort of my first taste of a very I would say primitive way of public speaking. Although it's just reading from a script and we weren't even tall enough to be visible, but that's where it started. And then uske baad mein, there used to be weekly competitions in school also. So to participate in all of that helped so much later on, because I would see my peers struggling with presentations, with they would have awkward body language because they were never taught these things. And I had that advantage because of the way things were done in school. So that's a very big I would say skill which I gained, which I realized years later. Because in school it was all very normal to me, because I did not know any better, या मुझे इससे अलग पता ही नहीं था. मुझे
बाहर
लगता
जाके
था
क्या होगा वो पता नहीं
हाँ
होता.
मुझे लगता था ऐसा ही होता है सबके लिए.
हाँ.
But when I went outside and I saw कि नहीं ऐसा ऐसा नहीं है, and I have that edge or that advantage.
So as I remember, you used to play musical instrument also, and good at singing.
I won't say good, but I mean it's very
And also had interest in reading books.
Yeah.
So when you were away from home, how all these things helped you? And I think कभी ना कभी हार्ट ब्रेक तो हुआ होगा. तो ये चीजें कैसे हेल्प की उस वक्त?
It helps a lot. I think because बहुत छोटे थे तब से ही we were taught to hold the guitar in school only. Although उतना ज़्यादा कभी उसमें interest school के time पे नहीं लिया. When I went to college, in junior college, that's when I really picked it up and did it. But I would say the seeds were already there, because exposure is very important. A lot of people don't even know about musical instruments, or how this is also something that you should do. कि सिर्फ पढ़ाई सब कुछ नहीं है. So all of that was from school. be it sports, be it music, or be it any other activity. So that's where the seeds were sown. And then when I had some time and when I went outside, I had some more freedom. That's when I started exploring it. It took a long time, especially now as a hobby, I do play the guitar, but it took a long time to even get decent at it.
So
But that really helps.
to earn a girlfriend,
No,
you
no.
picked the
It
guitar
was never like that.
or after heartbreak?
I would say it had nothing to do with it helped, but it had nothing to do. That was never the primary motive behind it.
Mhm.
I always wanted to learn it for myself,
Hmm.
and but yeah, especially after when I went to college, I met other people also who were playing the guitar for far longer than me and better than me, and that's when I made friends with them, and then they taught me a lot, and then I could do the same for other people. So it kind of happened that way. I did it for myself preferably, but yes, it definitely
So
helped.
I follow you on your
Yeah,
Instagram
yeah,
and I keep on watching your videos because I love you
yeah,
and that's why I'm more interested into what you are doing
yeah,
and what is going on in
yeah,
your life. And there are some instances also when I realize that something is not normal in
yeah,
your life and
yeah,
I try to intervene indirectly to
yeah,
help you. You might be aware of or not. I am not. I don't know that
yeah,
thing, but I tried that way. So when I and mostly
yeah,
I just follow my students
yeah.
to be updated with what is going on, and that is my way of learning from the younger
Right.
generation. Because I firmly believe that the next generation is smarter than us.
Yeah.
So I was not just stalking you.
Even if you were, you have all the rights of it. Yeah.
So you sing very well and you play guitar also very well. So uh, जब अपन देश छोड़ के जाते
Hmm.
हैं तो बहुत सारे इमोशनल
Hmm.
अपील्स भी होते हैं और मेरा ये मानना है कि books and musical instruments and singing are the things which help a lot.
Right.
And in ancient Indian culture, chanting is that one practice
Right.
done at every home,
Right.
and this generation has forgotten it.
Yeah.
So when we talk about India, spirituality is without any efforts in our life, and we Indians are aware of that aspect of life, maybe up to different levels.
Yeah.
So, how you find yourself benefited by this aspect of life? That mere awareness about spirituality, or we human being spiritual?
I think, especially in the last 2 years,
Hmm.
because of the way my surroundings were, I had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with myself. I phrase loneliness this way.
Okay.
So I think when the more you spend time with yourself, the more you embrace being alone, the more you move towards being spiritual or spirituality. You try to contemplate and understand how things work. Because I think it's all within. I'm still very young, and I know that I still have a lot to explore, especially in this subject. But I think it all comes from within. If you are not at peace with yourself, no matter what your surroundings are, there will always be unrest in your life. Even if there is a very small disturbance in your life, it will create a lot of vibrations and you will feel out of control. And the more you are at peace with yourself and the way you are, you will be able to deal and navigate with those situations. I think that is the biggest, especially in the last 1 year, is when I have practiced this very much. Because if you try to be thankful and count your blessings, is another very important uh, lesson that I have. Things can always be better, but things can always also be worse.
Yeah. So raised by a single parent,
Yeah.
and what I observe, it brings maturity before the time, and I have seen you as a sensible guy throughout your life. So, what was going on internally
Hmm.
throughout the life, and how you just dealt with
Hmm.
it.
I think yes, of course, it was. It has been a long journey.
Hmm.
It seems like a very long journey, of course. I have been fortunate because I am the younger one
Hmm.
in the family. I have an elder brother.
Hmm.
So I was, I would say, comparatively more shielded and guided. And then I came to you also at a very young age. So my even my school was also very nurturing. So I never had to face problems which a lot of kids do, like bullying or like not being, you know, able to express themselves, not having anyone to talk to. So in those regards, I was very lucky and very fortunate. But still, I was aware of what the disturbances are, and naturally, it's not easy
Hmm.
to be in a situation where you're raised by a single mother, and me and my brother, we were just kids,
Hmm.
and but I would say that I never felt that I'm lacking in any way
Okay.
because my surroundings and the people around me never made me feel as if I was lacking.
So most of the time when you face such life incidents in your
Hmm.
life, you take you take the responsibility early,
Hmm.
और बच्चे पेरेंटिंग मोड में आ जाते हैं.
Right.
सो आपने इस चीज को कैसे कॉप अप किया?
This happens.
हाँ.
I think it's also one of my favorite quotes is like after a point the children become the parents,
हाँ.
and that happens. And I think that is our moral responsibility as well. A lot of people shy away from it or sniff at it.
Hmm.
वो नहीं करना चाहिए.
Hmm.
Because whoever we are is because of our parents and
Yeah.
because of what they did the best they could
Hmm.
in their resources, in their understanding. वो जो best कर सकते थे वो उन्होंने किया आपके लिए. So, and you can never repay them in any way. That debt is, it's not possible to repay it.
Exactly. I believe in the same. क्योंकि वो माँ बाप का कर्ज जो है ना,
हम्म.
वो आप कभी भी चुकता नहीं कर
नहीं हो
सकते.
सकता.
लेकिन ये a child coming into
हम्म.
parental role
हम्म.
is burdensome. तो थोड़ा सा बचपन का जो
हाँ.
उत्साह है
हाँ.
उसको तो कम कर देता है.
हाँ, वो है.
हाँ.
This I've learned now, especially because of the way things were. I have been told this a lot by my parents, by teachers, that I'm mature for my age और ऐसा.
हम्म.
तो वो एक बात सुन सुन के ऐसे मन में बैठ गई थी कहीं
हम्म.
कि I am mature for my age. Now I am trying to rediscover my childhood a lot because
Okay.
It's not a very good thing to be mature for your age, I think. Because as adults,
Totally agreed, and somehow I have experience in my
हाँ.
life this तो. और मैं बहुत एज के बाद में बच्चा बनने की कोशिश
हाँ.
वापस शुरू की मैंने. और मैं जैसे जैसे बड़ा होता जा रहा हूँ वैसे वैसे मैं ये समझ रहा हूँ कि बच्चे रहने में ज्यादा फायदा है.
Because when we grow, we
Hmm.
develop feelings of कि somebody might judge us
Hmm.
or we need to behave in a particular way, and that kills a lot of joy in life.
Exactly.
So it's so much freeing when you try to be more childish या जो मन आए वो करो.
Hmm.
Obviously being responsible, which is
Hmm.
very important, but I think being mature at a young age is highly overrated, because that is, I think, the golden period.
You published your research work,
Yeah.
and the title is Localization for a Logistic Distribution Center. And you have gifted it to me. Thank you very much. And we are planning to set up a robotic lab. And I don't have much understanding of this aspect because I'm a humanities student, but I can sense that it is going to be very helpful for the students. So it's not a gift for me; it's a gift for your younger brothers and sisters. So tell me something about your research work, what you worked, so it may help
Yeah,
the
for sure.
younger generation.
So this was a part of my master's program.
Mhm.
So the last semester is a thesis project, which you can either do at the university or at the company. I had the privilege of working with Dutch Organization for Applied Scientific Research.
Okay.
They are involved with all sorts of engineering research, also with the Dutch government and the military and defense forces. So उनका एक unit है of mobility. जिसमें they are working on a completely autonomous logistic center where the trailers or the trucks would enter and then they would be completely autonomous.
Okay.
So the pre-existing work was they have a software environment which already exists and they want to completely make it autonomous. So my project was the first in line of a lot of projects. That's why my focus was to create a localization architecture. Localization is a part of the complete autonomous driving software package, which just at every instance tells you where the car is in its environment. It sounds very simple, but it has a lot of things going into it. So the way it works is that you have different sensors mounted on the vehicle, camera, lidar, etc. Then you take the input from those sensors, fuse them together, and then you calculate a position estimate for the vehicle.
So, so as far as I understand about
Autonomous driving.
autonomous
Yeah.
driving, this is the machines are coded in a manner that they follow the instructions.
Yeah.
So how does it work? So you learn coding also
Yes.
with engineering?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, I always wanted to learn how to code, but I never found the right motivation for it. And when I got this project, I was ill-equipped, and I realized that this is a skill that I should have developed years ago. But for me, the thing is that I could not ever find the right encouragement or motivation for it. Then when I was selected for this project and this question was posed to me that you're lacking in this, how do you view that? And I replied that I see this not as a challenge but as an opportunity to learn something which I wanted to do for a very long time. And what encouraged me is that I could visualize like what I'm coding, how it's going to be implemented, and that was my driving force to begin with.
So you passed out in 2014, and
Yes.
2016 was the first year when we introduced coding in our school from class first onwards. And almost in 19 years, students are doing amazing things. They are making projects, they are making websites, apps, and 3 startups are nurtured in our ecosystem. So the culture is developed now in a manner where I think in the next 5 7 years we'll be able to produce more entrepreneurs and coders, and AI is also there. So we have started working on that. So what do you think on the basis of your experience in this domain for so long? What part AI coding going to play in human lives?
I think especially with coding, I can say this now. It's actually there is a misconception, or I think was a misconception, at least until a few years ago, is that coding is strictly related to computer science or somebody who wants to pursue that field. The way the landscape is today, if you want to pursue a career in STEM is science, technology, engineering, mathematics. I think it's a must to have this skill. Not just because of learning different languages, but the way it sort of teaches you how to think about problems. The way you learn to code or structure a code is very similar to the way you deal with technical problems. So it's not just necessarily learning some programming languages.
It teaches you problem solving,
Yes.
critical
Yes,
thinking,
that's the
and
main thing.
creativity also.
Yes.
So when you are faced to such challenges, and you just think out of the box to solve that problem, and it gives you the platform. And I have been using Gemini for the last 12 months, and it has made my job very easy. So अगर एक क्लास के रिजल्ट को एनालिसिस करने में मेरे को 7 8 घंटे लग जाते थे, now with just 2 or 3 prompts I can get the data. And data driven decisions are always good. You can just get the insight. So yeah, it's working very well, and in the next 2 3 years I think it is going to replace the middle class jobs, which can be done by the machine.
I was just reading an article on LinkedIn just before we started the podcast. It said that there are three pots of engineers when it
Hmm.
comes to AI. Pot one are the old-fashioned, old-school ones who completely deny the involvement of AI and say that this is harmful, and they completely reject the idea of it. Pot two is the engineers who are just senselessly using it without understanding how it works.
Hmm.
And pot three are those engineers who understand how these models work and they are incorporating that in their workflow to make those repetitive tasks automated and easy.
Yeah.
And so the pot three engineers are doing it the right way.
Mhm.
And I had the opportunity of attending a 10-day workshop with Porsche Engineering.
Okay.
And they spoke extensively on how Porsche is using AI in their cars, where they can estimate customer needs months in advance.
Okay.
And so they work a lot with EVs. So they have AI models in their cars which they can assess the health of the battery, and if any maintenance is required, or if they see that a defect might occur in the next 3 months, they prevent it by calling in the cars earlier. So it's a tool which has limitless potential in all the fields, and it's something that I don't think we should fear. And I think it's something that we should embrace, and it's a very useful tool.
So technology, I believe that technology, advanced technologies are there to just complement you.
Yeah.
One, second, to get you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
That this is the time you upskill to align with technology.
Right.
Otherwise, there is a fear
Yeah.
that technology can outpace
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So a lot of students are going to foreign universities nowadays, and the first student from our school was Kaustubh Parekh, and after that, I think more than 50 students have been to foreign universities. So a student from tier three city is going to foreign universities. So what is one tip you would like to give to the students?
Be authentic. A lot of people, they try to fit in and then they are neither here nor there. So be who you are and be that confidently, but at the same time, have an open mind and try to embrace things which will help you improve, not necessarily change yourself, because if you are not faithful to yourself, then things are going to be very difficult. So you need to be very so for example, I have my background and my roots are in Seeker. So it doesn't matter where I go in the world, I'll always come back home to Seeker.
Yeah.
So if I forget where I come from, then I am nowhere, because all those places that I'm going to, I'm visiting them. Eventually I'll come back home. So if I try to fit in into those different cultures and lose my identity, then I've lost what I've had and I haven't gained anything completely.
So I was reading a book yesterday, and coming back home is coming to your roots.
Yeah.
And this is the basic need of every human being. Coming back to roots is getting connected to what you are, and this is the way you can live your life happily. So, Anurag, going back to 15 years younger child in school, एक चीज क्या चेंज करना चाहेगा?
It's a difficult question because वो इतना protected है वो memories that I would not want to touch them at all. It's very difficult, honestly, because जो friendships मेरी form हुई वो मेरी आज तक है. Two of my best friends, I've been with them for over 23 years.
That's
We have been best friends. All my teachers, I still meet them, and it's like I was a child. So it's very difficult for me to change anything, and I think I wouldn't change anything at all. I really believe that.
I would appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir,
Thank
for
you
having me.
very much for joining us and sharing the insights and your learning. And it'll definitely help the younger generation.
Thank you so
Thanks a lot.
much for having me, sir. It's an honor. Thank you.
Please do watch and subscribe our channel for podcasts and share with your family and friends, and drop a comment. What would you love to listen in the next episode of our podcast? Thank you.